Biological aging is a relentless attrition. Every second, Leydig cells are destroyed, creating a baseline deterioration in male physiology and hormone production over time. This graphic illustrates a major clinical paradox. 95% of patients suffering from severe testosterone deficiencies actually fall perfectly within standard laboratory limits. This silhouette outlines PADAM, partial androgen deficiency in aging males. These patients present distinct symptoms, including chronic tiredness, loss of assertiveness, and hot flashes. Aesthetic markers also emerge, and enlarged belly, facial muscle decline, and specific thinning of the inner eyebrow hair. Relying strictly on binary standard reference ranges guarantees that these physical and psychological markers are ignored, leading to chronic misdiagnosis and systemic clinical failure. Practitioners must abandon standard salivary testing. It is clinically insufficient due to excessive fluctuation and overly wide ranges. This chart mandates a transition to comprehensive serum testing. Practitioners must evaluate testosterone alongside binding agents like SHBG. Tracking estrogens is also mandatory, as excess estradiol blocks receptors. Finally, evaluating downstream metabolites like androstenediol glucuronide is the only way to accurately evaluate DHT. Without tracking these specific binding proteins and downstream metabolites, a practitioner is operating totally blind to the patient's hormonal reality. This vitality staircase maps threshold-based optimization. Patients must reach the upper reference ranges. Hitting 380 nanograms per deciliter avoids coronary disease, 550 activates Alzheimer's protection, and exceeding 840 defends against aggressive prostate cancer. This diagram dismantles a persistent medical misconception. As noted in the myth box, testosterone is almost universally categorized primarily as a sexual hormone. The reality box clarifies that melanocyte-stimulating hormone, or MSH, actually holds the title of the most sexual hormone. Testosterone's actual primary roles are providing critical mental strength for both men and women, and serving as massive cardiovascular support under physical load. This wireframe callout explains why. The human heart contains 5 times the testosterone levels of any other muscle in the body. Because of this density, an extreme post-infarction protocol exists where up to 6,000 milligrams per day of testosterone is administered following a heart attack to aid in rapid tissue recovery. Treating testosterone as a mere libido supplement completely ignores its structural role as a vital cardiovascular life support engine. This flowchart maps the hormone ecosystem. When exogenously pushing serum levels above 800 nanograms per deciliter, practitioners trigger an enzymatic cascade that requires active management of downstream conversion pathways. The left panel details aromatase dominance, where testosterone aggressively converts to estradiol. The right outlines 5-alpha reductase dominance, which overconverts to DHT. To control these pathways, progesterone acts as the master moderator, clinically preventing excessive skewing toward either enzymatic extreme. Injecting testosterone without moderating its broader ecosystem guarantees severe aesthetic and systemic side effects. When visual or mood-based side effects emerge during therapy, outright cessation is the wrong response. Precise algorithmic interventions are required. This chart provides adjustments. A red face indicates vasodilation from high androgens, requiring immediate dose reduction. The top row details gynecomastia. Real gynecomastia from excess estradiol requires local and systemic DHT. Pseudo-gynecomastia, breast fat accumulation, is treated by increasing systemic testosterone. Looking at the sexual function chart, the bottom row outlines the aggressive protocol for Peyronie's disease. This fibrotic tissue is stimulated by caffeine and excess estradiol. Resolution requires adding local DHT, growth hormone, and precise intramuscular testosterone injections. The systemic interventions chart addresses clotting. While deep vein thrombosis is linked to high red blood cell counts, testosterone itself is generally fibrinolytic. An acute injection can actively help relieve a clot. Mastery of hormone therapy is defined not by the initial prescription, but by the practitioner's ability to troubleshoot systemic feedback. The choice of exogenous delivery modality dictates specific results. Comparing the first 2 columns here, transdermal liposomal gel is the best method for preserving erectile function, while intramuscular injections cannot rapidly adapt to acute sports demands. Diet impacts baselines. The Decline Triggers panel warns vegan diets and whole grains suppress testosterone. Conversely, the Dietary Drivers panel emphasizes high-quality meat and cholesterol-rich foods are required to boost testosterone, though well-done meats carry a 4 times increased breast cancer risk. Beyond muscle and diet lies the ultimate objective: defending the brain. The top call-out box details this defense. Optimized testosterone improves verbal memory, enhances blood perfusion, and decreases amyloid toxicity. However, if testosterone is artificially blocked, patients suffer catastrophic cognitive declines. Final conclusion: reaching the upper thresholds of the vitality blueprint extends physical lifespan and forms the necessary biological foundation for neurocognitive longevity.